This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
The Royal Knights will once again contend for the 1A Football State Championship after beating Newport and Moses Lake on Saturday.
Hundreds of nativity scenes from around the world will be on display starting Thursday in Moses Lake.
The atmosphere at Tomlinson Stadium in Ellensburg on Saturday was electric during the regional quarterfinals.
The Wenatchee Wild went 2-1 during their 3-game homestand the past week.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The Royal Knights will once again contend for the 1A Football State Championship after beating Newport and Moses Lake on Saturday. The Knights made their mark on the scoreboard following a successful fake field goal that led to a 1-yard touchdown run by Royals' Alonzo Hernandez. Hernandez would go on to score another touchdown later in the first quarter. Another running back that saw success on the ground was Lorenzo Myrick, who had some of the longer touchdown runs of the day. A 21-yard run in the third quarter and a 39-yard run in the fourth. On defense, the play of the day was an interception by Corbin Christensen. Christensen and the rest of the Royal defense allowed only one touchdown and ended the game 35-7. Royal football head coach Wiley Allred after the game.
We're really excited and happy. Obviously, had to earn it today. I felt like that's a good football team, and our guys just played really consistent and tough defensively and tough offensively.
The undefeated Royal Knights will take on the undefeated Meridian Trojans in the Tacoma Dome on Saturday at 1 p.m. for the 1A State Championship title. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 Sports. This segment is brought to you by
Maytag and the family Pooch have a lot in common. Both are loyal, both aim to please, and both are tenacious dish cleaners. But only one can sanitize. Maytag, what's inside matters.
Maytag Appliances, now available at More Furniture in Ephrata.
Hundreds of nativity scenes from around the world will be on display starting Thursday in Moses Lake. The annual Nativities Around the World exhibit is hosted by the Moses Lake LDS Church, located at 1515 South Division Street. The exhibit is open on Thursday and Friday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Organizers are expecting about 400 nativity scenes, many collected by church members, to be on display, with marble, porcelain, wood, and painted crystal among art forms at the venue. There will also be musical performances, along with a nativity photo booth and children's activities. Admission to the event is free and the exhibit is open to the public. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Are your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
The atmosphere at Tomlinson Stadium in Ellensburg on Saturday was electric during the regional quarterfinals between Central Washington University and Texas A&M Commerce. The Wildcats gave fans something to cheer about when they scored 2 passing touchdowns and a pair of rushing touchdowns to put the Wildcats up 28-7 at the half. But it wasn't enough as the Lions rallied back to tie the game in the final minutes. The Lions eventually kicked their way to a victory in double overtime, beating the number 1 seeded Wildcats 34-31. Coach Ian Shoemaker after the game.
We definitely played well at times today, and things got away from us there in the second half. A lot of respect to the Commerce guys and Coach Carthel. They do a great job, and those guys were well prepared and made great adjustments at the halftime. Defensively, they pressed it down a little bit more, made it harder to run the ball, and manned us up. And I take responsibility for it. I think we were a little too conservative on the offensive side in the second half, just trying to hold the lead instead of pressing things a little bit more with play calling.
I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER One Sports.
The Wenatchee Wild pushed their home win streak to 7 games with wins over Vernon and Chilliwack before falling to Salmon Arm Sunday night. The Wild outlasted the Vernon Vipers 2-1 on Wednesday. Lucas Souter put Wenatchee on top just 19 seconds into the game. Jasper Weatherby scored midway through the third period to give the Wild the win. On Saturday, the Wild jumped out to a 3-0 lead and held off the Chilliwack Chiefs to take a 4-2 win. Jared Christie opened the scoring in the first period, and Josh Arnold and Sam Morton added goals in the second. The Chiefs fought back to make it 3-2 in the third before Souter scored on an empty netter to close out the victory. Looking for their 8th straight home win on Sunday, the Wild couldn't capitalize on scoring chances and lost to the Salmon Arm Silverbacks 2-1. Wenatchee heads out on a 3-game road trip beginning Wednesday night at Vernon, followed by a Friday night matchup against Salmon Arm and a Saturday night game against West Kelowna. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER One News.
This is iFIBER One News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.